July the 2nd, back in 1777, it occurred to someone in Philadelphia that the first anniversary of independence should be celebrated. And John Adams, who was one of the signers of the Declaration, said it should be commemorated as a day of deliverance, not only with prayer, but with shows and games and guns and bells and bonfires and sports. And that's how the next hour comes along. The sports salute to liberty. ABC's Frank Gifford.
Welcome to New Jersey in the Brendan Byrne Arena. Tonight, many of the sports heroes who have brought glory to our country, as well as to themselves, are here to honor the Statue of Liberty and everything she stands for. Hello again, everyone. I'm Frank Gifford, and tonight you'll see many of the sons, daughters, and grandchildren of immigrants who came to Ellis Island. Many had to travel to foreign lands to bring home Olympic gold. Others stayed home to win their fame and fortune, but their names and their accomplishments are recognized around the world. Here then are 10 athletes, each of whom has brought great honor to their country. In 1960, this man left Louisville, Kentucky for Rome, Italy. Only 22 years of age, he won an Olympic gold medal in boxing, and then returned home to win the heavyweight championship. His accomplishments in the sport of boxing surpass anything anyone has done before or since. To this day, he remains the most recognizable face in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the once and forever heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali. Our next athlete is of Mexican descent. Born in Torrance, California, she's been a dominant force in women's professional golf since the day she joined the tour. An outstanding athlete and the embodiment of today's American woman. She's a success in her career, her marriage, and as a mother. Here is the 1985 LPGA champion, Nancy Lopez. Our next athlete was part of what many people call the most dramatic event in Olympic history. Rome, 1960, a gold medal victory in a decathlon duel with C.K. Yang of Taiwan. This Sullivan Award winner continues to contribute to the force of liberty through his dedication and devotion to the Special Olympics. Ladies and gentlemen, Olympic decathlon champion, Rayford Johnson. Our next athlete, a Canadian, earned his sports fame with the Boston Bruins. He was named the National Hockey League's Defenseman of the Year 8 consecutive seasons and was a three-time winner of the league's Most Valuable Player Award. He is one of the few men of whom it can be said he changed the way the game is played. Mr. Bobby Orr. Athlete has had a profound impact on all of women's sports. She has won a record 20 Wimbledon titles and 4 U.S. Open singles championships. Presently the commissioner of team tennis, she was the originator of the Women's Sports Foundation and has been a lifelong campaigner for equality for women in sports. A native of Long Beach, California, Billie Jean King. Our next athlete's name is always there when there is a debate as to who has been football's top running back. He played for the Cleveland Browns for 9 years, holds the NFL record for career touchdowns, was the league's MVP 3 times, and is second only to Walter Payton on the all-time career rushing list. He is enshrined in the Football Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Brown. In 1972, this next young man went to Munich, West Germany, and stunned the world with his abilities and accomplishments. He not only set an Olympic record by winning 7 gold medals, but he set Olympic records in each of the swimming events. Never before, and probably never again, will any human being so totally dominate a sport. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Mark Spitz. Representing the sport of games in this salute to liberty is a native of Puerto Rico. He has ridden 3 Kentucky Derby winners, 2 Preakness winners, and 1 winner of the Belmont Stakes. He holds the record for winning the most amount of money by a jockey in a single season. Ladies and gentlemen, a very big little man, Angel Cordero Jr. Our next athlete achieved greatness recently, and she did it in a big way. From West Virginia, this young lady was the first American to win an Olympic gold medal in the sport of gymnastics. It was at the '84 Games here in Los Angeles that she touched all of our hearts and made each and every one of us proud to be Americans. Ladies and gentlemen, Mary Lou Retton. Representing now the uniquely American sport of baseball is a man who holds the record for the most career home runs, surpassing the legendary mark of Babe Ruth. In a career spanning 23 years, he became Major League Baseball's all-time leader in runs batted in and ranks among the top 10 all-time in games played, at-bats, hits, and runs scored. Ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Famer Hank Aaron. As our salute to liberty continues, here are the United States Army Drill Team and the Combined Armed Forces Color Guard presenting the flag of the United States.
Louder. Cut. 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 Cut.
With us now is the first American to win a gold medal in international gymnastics competitions. Here is former Olympic gymnast Kathy Rigby McCoy. Please rise and join Kathy and the United States Air Force Band for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so well
Ladies and gentlemen, a man whose devotion and dedication has made the restoration of Our Lady possible, Mr. Lee Iacocca, Chairman of the Statue of Liberty Ellis Island Foundation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, and welcome. And welcome to all the athletes of America. We're glad so many of you could make it to our little party for the lady. I'd like to add a special welcome to a man who I understand was a pretty fair first baseman in his day, and he's been a first stringer ever since, the Vice President of the United States and Mrs. Bush, right over here. Well, we're getting toward the end of our celebration. This is really the home stretch. We got just a couple of hours to go. But for 4 days now, we've been celebrating the best about America. And tonight we're going to see in action some of the men and women who teach the rest of us every day what it takes and what it means to be the very best. I know you came here tonight, you athletes, to salute the lady, of course, but the rest of us are here to salute you. Thank you.
ABC's presentation of Liberty Weekend is brought to you by the Stroh Brewery Company, proud to be a founding sponsor of the Statue of Liberty Ellis Island Foundation. Plymouth, a division of Chrysler Corporation. Plymouth, the pride is back. Born in America again. Kmart, the saving place. We're proud to say you've made us America's favorite store. And the Prudential, offering a full range of insurance and other financial services.
When they first came here, they had a dream. And the Prudential ensured that dream when no one else would. So their children and their children's children could share in it too. Today, the world has changed. Now the Prudential offers more financial services so your children can share that dream too. The Prudential salutes the statue on her 100th birthday.
The Hunter's Glen sweater you're looking at costs less than $17. The Hunter's Glen top, less than $11. And the pants, around $19. So for something under $47, you can look like a million. And that in anybody's book is quite a value. The kind of value that brings more people to Kmart than any other store. America's favorite store. Kmart, the saving place.
Chrysler LeBaron GTS challenges BMW 528e and Mercedes 190e to a test of performance. Overall, America's GTS dominates the legendary Germans and is under $12,000. LeBaron GTS. We built an American hero.
The best built, best backed American cars and trucks combined are made by Chrysler Corporation.
It was not too many years ago that the world of gymnastics was dominated by Eastern Bloc countries like Russia and Romania. Names like Corbett and Commemorates. But much like the immigrants from those countries, the gold medals have now begun to find a home in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome a Salute to Liberty, performed by the best of America's gymnasts. Now on the ballast beam, America's Cup champion and potential superstar in the 1988 Olympics. Here's a darling, 14-year-old Christy Phillips. Pommel horse, the captain of the 1984 men's Olympic gymnastics team and winner of 2 gold medals in Los Angeles, here's Peter Vidmar. Now on the floor exercise mat from Arizona State University, a member of the 1986 NCAA Gymnastics Championship team, John Sweeney. Now, joining in our salute to liberty, the future of America's gymnastics hopes. On the uneven bars, the winner of the first individual gold and 2 silver medals at the '84 Olympics. She scored more perfect tens than any other competitor in the games. Julianne McNamara. Floor exercise mat, another of our young '88 Olympic hopefuls from right here in Patterson, New Jersey. Here's Joyce Wilborn. She is dynamite. On the horizontal bar, 1986 United States national champion Dan Hayden. Now in the parallel bars, the first and only gymnast to win gold medals at every level of competition, from national to international. The most decorated American gymnast in history. Here is Bart Conner. Once again, meet some of this nation's finest young gymnasts. It happened suddenly in the world of gymnastics, and it could well be you are watching the future everywhere of the Olympic champion.
They come to America every time that flag's unfurled. They come to America, got a dream to take them there. They come to America, got a dream they come to share. They come to America, they come to America, they come to America, they come to America, they come to America
We're just halfway through this sports salute to Lady Liberty at the moment. The closing ceremonies are yet to come. Sure, there were a couple of tumbles, but it's dark, and they're teenagers on national television for the first time. We'll be back in just a moment.
Good morning, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son.
Willie and Wrangler, a legend.
legends in jeans.
I'll be gone 500 miles.
Made in the USA.
Is done.
My grandpa brought me here back in 1986. Gave me this U.S. Liberty coin.
Wow, that's a beauty, too.
Mighty precious, minted by the U.S. Treasury to celebrate her centennial.
Is that why your grandpa got it?
And so I could give it to you.
United States Liberty coins, singly or in sets at banks, savings and loans, and Kmart stores. Keep Liberty in mint condition forever.
Heart surgery. Before it can be performed, doctors need vital information. X-ray films tell them a lot, but they could tell them even more. That's why at an IBM scientific center in Winchester, England, computer researchers and doctors are working together to transform the conventional X-ray into something remarkable. A three-dimensional computer model of a patient's arteries. This IBM technology is also being used to create a computer model of a patient's beating heart. This experimental project is an example of innovation at IBM. And one day, it could be another way computers help doctors save lives.
He's 14-1 and baseball's hottest pitcher. Roger Clemens is scheduled to start as Boston takes on Oakland, or the New York Yankees at Texas on EBC's Monday Night Baseball.
High school and college athletics are the backbone of American sports, and there is nothing more American than cheerleaders who support their sport at every level. Here are some of the finest, the Universal Cheerleaders Association. The fun and the excitement of scholastic and collegiate athletics, but is so far away from the realism of the professional boxing ring. The boxing ring itself tells much about boxing. It's a square, of course, and it's not a ring. And while boxing has always been fraught with controversy, at one time being banned in this nation, It's an irrefutable fact. Boxing has always been a way up and a way out for the bottom of our society. Immigrants and ethnic groups have fought, bled, and yes, they have died in rings just like this, fighting, and often desperately, for the next rung up on the social and economic ladder. There were Irishmen like Gentleman Jim Corbett and Jim Bradley. Billy Conn and Jack Dempsey were great box office as they were assimilated into the mainstream of society. In the early 1900s, sons of immigrant Jews like Benny Leonard, Barney Ross, and Maxie Rosenblum battled their way to fame and fortune. And who could forget the great Italian champions, like heavyweight Rocky Marciano, here pounding Ezra Charles, Rocky Graziano, Willie Pep, Carmen Basilio, Jake LaMotta, and Tony Canzanera. There have been so many Puerto Ricans who have battled their way up, like the great Jose Torres and Carlos Ortiz, Wilfred Benitez, and Wilfredo Gomez. All were proud fighting champions. Long before Jackie Robinson broke baseball's color line, black Americans like Joe Louis were true American heroes. Sugar Ray Robinson, Archie Moore, and Muhammad Ali all fought for equality each time they entered the ring. Following in that tradition is a young man who has had 23 professional fights and scored 23 consecutive wins, 21 by knockout. His mentor, Cus D'Amato, told him, when you enter that ring, you always move forward, and he has never stopped. Many consider him the heir apparent to the heavyweight crown. Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, weighing in at 215 pounds from Catskill, New York, Michael Tyson. His opponent from Las Vegas, Anthony Davis. Your referee for this one-round exhibition is the New York State Athletic Commissioner and former light heavyweight champion, Jose Torres. Mike could easily become the youngest heavyweight ever to win the title. Floyd Patterson was 21 years and 10 months old when he took the title with a win over Archie Moore, and that was back in 1956. Mike was taken under the wing of the legendary boxing manager Cus D'Amato when he was 13 years old. Cus, who managed Floyd Patterson, believed a heavyweight should include in his talent elusiveness. To help develop this, he would not allow his fighters to wear headgear in training. Mike is elusive, all right, but he's stunning with either hand, knocking out 11 opponents with left hooks and 10 with straight rights. Cus D'Amato was more than a manager to Mike. He legally adopted Mike when he was 16 years old. It was a lifelong trait of the shy and retiring Cus. While he was recognized as a great fight manager, he also believed strongly in the intellectual development of his fighters. Floyd Patterson, as well as Jose Torres, would tell you Cus taught them as much about life on the street as he did about boxing in the ring. Mike is now being trained by Kevin Rooney, while his managers are boxing historian Jimmy Jacobs, a former handball world champion, and Bill Caton. That is Mike Tyson in the tights. So strong. He wears those tights to keep the legs warm. You can sense there's a quiet confidence in Mike Tyson and Jimmy Jacobs. A quiet confidence that Mike will become the heavyweight champion, and in doing so eliminate all the confusion at the top of boxing's most prestigious weight category. Mike's last fight was against Mike Hosea. He'll fight again next Friday night against Lorenzo Boyd. Then 2 weeks later, it'll be Marvin Frazier, the son of the former heavyweight champion Joe Frazier. A fight every 2 weeks is the schedule, the goal. Now well in sight, the heavyweight title, and at the age of 20. Mike Tyson.
This buzz for all
Like many before, you came here asking for just one thing. A chance.
Sadowski.
Shibowski.
What?
It's pronounced Shibowski.
You're here to make a new start, but starting out's the hard part. Whatever the test, you give it your best. You'll show you got the heart, 'cause you make America work, and this one's for you.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that makes Budweiser the king of beers.
Hey, Sid. You make America work, and this Bud's for you. From the waves of the Pacific through the heartland USA.
From the old South to New England and towns along the way.
From the Great Lakes to the bayou,
From the mountains to the shore. We're your neighbor and you made us America's favorite store. Yes, we're proud to say you made us America's favorite store.
Kmart, the saving place.
There's a party going on right here. Wendy's crispy nuggets, they're new and here this year. So bring your good friends and your family too. Wendy's got crispy chicken nuggets for you. Come on now. Crispy nuggets. Let's all celebrate and have a good time.
Come celebrate new crispy chicken nuggets at Wendy's.
This week, we'll report on America's young people. So many kids are out of shape, they're coming down with diseases that only adults used to have. We'll meet a priest on the streets who is trying to save children from prostitution. And we'll ask why juveniles are being subjected to the abuses of adult prisons. We'll also take a look at drug abuse on the job and ask whether drug testing is one way to eliminate it. We'll also have our Friday feature, Person of the Week.
This week, watch ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Well, if you're in a part of the country where the sun is still out and you're perhaps just coming in, a reminder the closing ceremonies are coming up very shortly. We'll be back in just a moment.
The list of Americans who have won Olympic gold medals and world championships in figure skating includes some of the most revered names in the annals of American sport. Please welcome Olympic gold medalist Peggy Fleming. Presenting now the U.S. World and World Professional Champions, Ty Babylonia and Brandy Gardner. champion, Scott Hamilton. Dorothy Hamill. Joining our international and Olympic champions from Buffalo, New York, three-time national champions, the Hot Fudge Sundays.
find the holes in your homeowner's insurance before they find you.
Sorry to barge in.
Have a Prudential representative give you a fast, free Pru review of your coverage.
Are we covered? If you had a Pru review, you'd know.
Get a Pru review from the Prudential and get a piece of the rock.
Don't look like Bermuda to me.
Well, we were trying to figure it out as well. We think the ice must be soft over there in East Rutherford, New Jersey. It's been an incredibly hot day in the east, and hot, we know, in other parts of the country. It was almost 100 degrees on both sides of the Hudson River here today. It was 102 degrees in Baltimore, and it was very warm out west. That's the sports salute to the Statue of Liberty. Coming up, the closing ceremonies, the big party to end the Liberty weekend. We hope you'll stay with us. 3 hours of closing ceremonies. We'll be back.
Stay tuned for ABC's exclusive coverage of the closing ceremonies coming up after this from your local stations.
Things a little slow this summer?
What is going on?
You think it's easy doing nothing all day?
Take a tip from Maddie and Dave.
You swing from a vine, Edison.
Sounds like fun.
Try a little moonlighting. Then, beneath the calm of Boston,
My name is Spencer.
a storm is raging.
He's the one who makes her have sex with him. Her own father.
But standing between an innocent child and a twisted love, Spencer for hire.
Tuesday.
They said I was loco to pick this location, but I had it figured. Me and Chili Dog here cooked up an ad in the Southwestern Bell Yellow Pages. Once this book hit the street, our chili's hotter than ever. This year we ran a larger ad, and one location problem. Always knew once word got out on this chili, we'd need the parking.
The one and only Southwestern Bell Yellow Pages, because nobody's in business to grow smaller.
Prices celebrates Ice Cream for America, a summer-long ice cream festival all across the land.
This could just be the most enormous banana split ever.
Your favorite flavor of Price's ice cream any way you want to fix it.
Now watch me, Mom. I'll show you how to make a real sundae.
And if your sundae doesn't start with vanilla ice cream, relax. Price's has your flavor. So make every day a sundae during Ice Cream for America with Price's ice cream.
That's still not salty enough for me.
Now, the final salute to the Statue of Liberty with the spectacular closing ceremonies starring Willie Nelson, Patti LaBelle, Waylon Jennings, Shirley MacLaine, Liza Minnelli, Charlton Heston, Elizabeth Taylor, Gene Kelly, The Temptations, The Four Tops, Kenny Rogers, The Pointer Sisters, and a cast of thousands as ABC presents Liberty Weekend. Here now is Peter Jennings.
Not to mention 1,000 tap dancers, 1,000 fiddlers, 1,000 guitars, 1,000 voice choir, a 1,500-member drill team, the 500-piece Statue of Liberty marching band, the 200-member Liberty Dance Corps. Nobody else in the world could do it. In a phrase, good evening and welcome to the party. This is party time. It's been quite a weekend so far, Liberty Weekend, a time to rejoice, a time to renew, of course, and a time to remember. In case you missed the news, the Statue of Liberty has now been given back to the people. There was a small and fairly private ceremony out there on Liberty Island yesterday. Mrs. Reagan went out, and now the statue has been so crowded that for the second day in a row they've had to close it off, and the temperature was hot. Tempers were just a touch frayed at the top of the steps, but people in New York City and elsewhere around the country have been remarkably good-natured this weekend. The closing ceremonies tonight are going to go on for 3 hours. It'll be back to work tomorrow, but in the meantime, we hope you're going to go down and settle down and come in from your party at some time throughout the evening and have a very good time. Let's have a look at East Rutherford, New Jersey over there, if we possibly can. That is the stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the closing ceremonies, all 3 hours of them, are about to begin. We are among the most favored people in the world. Let's think of it and let's enjoy it. Liberty Weekend and the opening ceremonies begin. The closing ceremonies, of course, and there they stand on the stadium. A fractional delay, 10 seconds, 9. They've done it for us, so watch the countdown. Enjoy yourselves. It's going to be a long and we hope a very good evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the billions of people around the world who are watching us today, to the millions of Americans who take pride in the Statue of Liberty and the dreams for which she stands, to the thousands gathered here in the Meadowlands, welcome to the closing ceremonies of Liberty Weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the proud bearers of our nation's emblem of peace and democracy. The United States Coast Guard. The United States Air Force. States Navy. The United States Marine Corps. United States Army.
For many Americans, the traditional sights, the most stirring. Recollections of the Revolutionary War, when the flags were paraded in front of the troops so they'd recognize them in battle. Now the representatives of the four services who show the flag around the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join the Liberty Chorus in the singing of the national anthem of the United States of America.
ABC's presentation of Liberty Weekend is brought to you by United States Liberty Coins. Keep Liberty in mint condition with United States Liberty Coins. The Van Heusen Company and IBM.
Everyone has limitations. All that varies is the degree. I guess I've been a reasonable success for a guy that, a little over 20 years ago, that got taken in a city ambulance with everything I owned in a paper bag from one hospital to another hospital so that I could stay there the rest of my life. Today, if people ask me if I lead a full life, I tell them, well, I'm a father and a husband. I have a job as a systems analyst with IBM, not a handicap systems analyst, a systems analyst. There's an award called Handicapped American of the Year. The president selected me to receive it in 1985. It was an honor. But my goal is to make possible the day when my children will read that plaque and not understand why Dad was given an award simply because he's blind and in a wheelchair. Because they'll already know there's more than one way to see and more than one way to get from here to there.
The story of Jim Caldwell has been brought to you by IBM.
When David's not around, nothing takes his place. But wearing his Van Heusen sure helps.
Peter said I could have anything I wanted. So I took his Van Heusen shirt right off his back.
I love my puppy, my goldfish, and my daddy's shirt.
Van Heusen, for a man to wear and a woman to borrow.
Liberty is an idea, handed down from generation to generation, people to people. America honors the Statue of Liberty centennial by minting United States Liberty coins, valuable keepsakes that treasure liberty always. U.S. Liberty coins, singly or in sets, at banks, savings and loans, and Montgomery Ward stores. Keep Liberty in mint condition forever.
Boston sensation Roger Clemens is already setting major league records.
A new record! Clemens has set a major league record for strikeouts in a game. 20.
He's scheduled to start as the Red Sox face Oakland, or the New York Yankees take on Texas on ABC's Monday Night Baseball.
Things a little slow this summer?
You think it's easy doing nothing all day?
Try moonlighting.
You swing from a vine, Addison.
Sounds like fun.
Tuesday.
There's a slight break in the action at the closing ceremonies now, so why not, as we continue with this last evening of Liberty Weekend, think about the statue for just a moment. That was a very crowded harbor a couple of days ago with the tall ships from many nations, the International Naval Armada, and the thousands upon thousands of boats and the millions of people who came in person, but the millions more across the country and around the world who shared in person the spirit of the statue. We remind you this has been, and we really needn't remind you, this has been a weekend not only to rejoice and to renew the statue and renew that which she stands for in the country, but to remember the immigrant experience of all those millions of people who came under her arm to America, who shared the immigrant experience and made a place in this land. We know that all around the country, you have been celebrating this weekend. We felt a bit selfish here in the East, to be perfectly honest, as if we've had all the action, but we were looking around a little while ago to find out just how busy you and the rest of the country have been. There was a big carnival and a festival in St. Louis, for example. There was a big, enormous, in fact, festival in Chicago where people tasted food from around the world. Up in Cascade, Oregon, we know it's the 75th anniversary of Cascade. We congratulate you. Celebrations all over the country in the traditional July the 4th way, but the additional specialness of this weekend added by the rededication of a statue. Let's go back now to the opening ceremonies at Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the light has just faded.
gentlemen, Kenny Rogers.
Tonight's celebration has a threefold theme: remember, rejoice, and renew. It is important to look at the past to see where we've come from so that we might anticipate where we are headed. So first we remember. We remember the Statue of Liberty as the symbol of America. We remember the immigrants who were forced to make great sacrifices to enter this country. They came seeking freedom and opportunity and a better way of life for themselves and their children. Tonight we are proud to have at our celebration Americans from many ethnic backgrounds who contributed so generously to the restoration of the Statue of Liberty. I know all the people that circle this great stadium tonight share with me the warm personal feelings for the lady and the message she puts out to the rest of the world. I can't remember when you weren't there, or when I didn't care for anyone but you. And I swear we've been through everything there is. Can't imagine anything we've missed. Can't imagine anything the two of us can't do. Through the years, you never let me down. You turned my life around. The sweetest days I've found with you. I've never been afraid. I've loved the life we've made, and I'm so glad I stayed right here with you through the years. Through the years when everything went wrong, together by loving you through the years. And enjoy the rest of the closing ceremonies with us. Over 100 years ago, the French gave us a magnificent gift, and tonight they have brought us another one. A tradition in France for more than 200 years, and here tonight to help us celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty, ladies and gentlemen, the mounted band of the Cavalry Regiment of the Republican Grand Guards of Paris.
Plymouth shows you why the pride is back with front-wheel drive Plymouth Voyager, Plymouth Reliant K, Plymouth Turismo Duster, 550 protection plan. Plymouth, the pride is back.
The pride is back. Born in America again.
You got that confidence. You got that style. You got that winning look. And over the smile, and look at the you now.
Shop Avon style. Your Avon representative brings beautiful things whenever or wherever you want.
You took the world out, you and Avon, and look how good you look now. Look how good you look now.
Laser tag. The games begin in August.
ABC's exclusive coverage of the closing ceremonies will continue in a moment.
The fitness crisis among our nation's youth. Kids so out of shape they're coming down with diseases only adults used to get. Monday, watch ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Election Day in Mexico. We'll have the full report from Juarez and Chihuahua City tonight on News 7 at 10.
Eye on Hollywood looks at some real whoppers. Big Lies tomorrow night at 11 on KVIA TV.
While other dealers are offering closeout prices on 1986 model trucks, at Mac Massey, we're offering the same low prices on 1987 Mazda trucks. You heard right. 1987 Mazda trucks, just $63.95. That's delivered in El Paso, or with only $169 down, your payments are only $169 a month, and that's for 48 months. 1987 Mazda trucks, just $63.95, only $169 down and $169 a month. Because it's not the end at Mac Massey, it's the beginning.
What gives Slice that extra kick? Juice. We got the juice. We got the blast. We got the taste that no one has. We got the juice. We got the twist. We got what's right and 7-Up in this. 10% fruit juices. We got the juice. We got the burst. Slice, slice. We turn it loose to cool your thirst. So nice. We got the juice.
You could win your dream home. Enter the Pepsi Dream Stakes today.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man who conceived and guided this historic 4-day celebration of Lady Liberty, the chairman and executive producer of Liberty Weekend, Mr. David Wolfer.
Thank you. During the early part of this century, all four of my grandparents were fortunate enough to immigrate to America. They stood on the deck of a ship and saw the Statue of Liberty for the first time. I can only imagine the feeling that swept over them at that moment, but it couldn't have been too different than the emotions that I felt these past 4 days. Liberty Weekend is now coming to a conclusion. It's been the most difficult but also the most rewarding enterprise of my life. And I hope that in some way it balances the books for all the blessings that my grandparents and their descendants have received from this nation. I would like to express my deep appreciation to the thousands of caring and dedicated volunteers who work so enthusiastically to make this weekend possible. Everyone from the young college and high school students. Yes, give them a hand. Everyone from the young high school students from throughout America to the performers on the stage to the crews and technicians. Everyone put their heart and soul into this effort. And for that, they have earned the highest accolade, the gratitude of the American people. I hoped when I started on Liberty Weekend that when it was over, the American people would feel good about themselves and about our great country. I hope you all feel as good as I do. I've had a hell of a good time. How about you? Thank you. It is now my privilege to introduce the man who gave me this wonderful once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and who has worked tirelessly to bring the lady in the harbor back to her original beauty. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of the Statue of Liberty Ellis Island Foundation, Mr. Lee Iacocca.
Well, thank you, David. And one more time, thank you, America. You know, when you do something as big as this restoration and celebration, everybody has a job to do. Somebody has to raise the money. Somebody has to throw the party. Somebody has to play the host. Somebody has to provide the security. But, and we tend to forget this, somebody has to do the work. In this case, it was 700 men and women, American and French, who did the actual restoration work on the statue, who climbed the scaffolding day after day, rain or shine, for a couple of years. Well, they're all here tonight with their families, and some of them, as many as will fit on this little stage up here, will join me. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've thanked a lot of people these past 4 days, but please join me in really thanking these men and women.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Statue of Liberty workers is Robert Carney.
Mr. Carney, it's my pleasure to present you and the others with this certificate of gratitude on behalf of the American people. We give you our thanks for giving us back our statue in good health, ready for another couple of 100 years. Congratulations on a job well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lee Iacocca. On behalf of myself and all the fellow workers, we were very proud to work on it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Willie Nelson.
all very much. You know, we want to do a song for all the workers who've been working real hard on the Statue of Liberty. And we want to do it for all the workers all over America at the same time. It's called Living in the Promised Land. Let's see, let me stand right here. Give me your tired and weak, and we will make them strong. Bring us your foreign songs, and we will sing along. Leave us your broken dreams, we'll give them time to mend. There's still a lot of love living in the promised land. Living in the promised land. Our dreams are made of steel. The prayer of every man is to know how freedom feels. There's a winding road across the shifting sand, and room for everyone living in the promised land. So they came from the distant isle, a nameless woman, faithless child, like a bad dream. Till there was no room at all, no place to run, no place to fall. Give us your daily bread. We have no shoes to wear, no place to call our own, only this cross to bear. We, all the multitude, lend us a helping hand. Is there no love anymore? Living in the promised land.
Ladies and gentlemen, as they leave the stage, let's have another round of applause for these fine and dedicated people who have helped to make the statue come alive again. Thank you.
We gotta go, guys.
Where am I? All right, thank you all very much. I'd like to invite a good friend of mine out here, Mr. Kenny Rogers. We'd like to sing a song about a beautiful lady. Kenny, where are you, my friend?
This is not only a beautiful song, but a very special song. And no matter where you do it, it always has particularly important significance.
You are so beautiful.
And try this, new Johnson's Gentle Conditioning Shampoo.
Why?
You're growing up, so's your hair. Johnson's new shampoo cleans and conditions gently, the No More Tears way.
Why?
To help control your hair.
Mama like that.
Bam, you combed your hair.
New Johnson's Gentle Conditioning Shampoo, and for detangling, new Johnson's Conditioner, the hair care pair for kids. From Johnson & Johnson.
To leave the safe and comfortable, to take on new challenges, new opportunities. It's that spirit that moves people to build a new world. And it's in that spirit that the rock itself now moves to a new world of financial services, stocks and bonds, IRAs, home mortgages, and new forms of insurance. The Rock, the Prudential, moving to a new world.
The understanding between the American farmer and the things he owns is very simple. They're expected to do the same thing he does, to work hard, day in, day out. He's the kind of customer our Motivator 650 by Delco Remy was built for, and it's the kind of value that's made us what we are today.
America's favorite store.
Kmart, the saving place.
Fire Brewing. It's more than a way to make Strohs and Stroh Light. It's a family tradition, passed down from one generation to another for over 200 years. It's what guarantees that smooth, consistent taste for generations to come.
Now you're talking Strohs. Now you're talking beer. Now you're talking good times. And Strohs is spoken here.
I get nervous if I hear the word computer. No way I could ever use one.
That's how a lot of doctors and nurses felt about personal computers until they got one. And two brothers who own a trucking company until they got one. We're IBM, and we've seen some very skeptical people become very enthusiastic. And that makes us proud, because we have more computers helping more small businesses than anybody. IBM personal computers. Small business is getting big on them.
Who really makes the best-built American cars and trucks today? Not 2 or 3 years ago, today. A survey of owners of 1986 GM, Ford, and Chrysler models shows that as a group, Dodge, Plymouth, and Chrysler are the highest quality cars and trucks designed and built in North America. And only Chrysler backs the quality of every car and truck it builds with a 550 protection plan. In 1986, Chrysler makes the best-built, best-backed American cars and trucks, period.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elizabeth Taylor.
Remember, rejoice,
And this is the time to rejoice. We rejoice that we are living in the land of opportunity and that America imposes no restrictions on free expression and creativity. We rejoice that America has always given its artists an atmosphere in which to grow, to flourish, and to dare to be daring. We rejoice that these artists always had a place to display their talents and an audience to appreciate their efforts. Tonight, some of these artists will have a chance to say thank you in the way they know best, through their music. To start our salute, ladies and gentlemen, the 500-member Salute of Liberty All-American Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these young college musicians from around the country a rousing hand. The Statue of Liberty All-American Marching Band. From New Orleans up the river to Chicago, St. Louis, and from there to all parts of the world, they call it jazz. Ladies and gentlemen, adding to our salute to the lady, four voices who sound like a million, the Manhattan Transfer.
From the island of Manhattan to the coast of gold, from north to south, from east to west, you are the love I love the best. You're the dream girl of the sweetest story ever told. A dream I've sought both night and day, for years through all the USA. The star I pitched my wagon to is very obviously you. It's you. So up the I sing, lady, summer, autumn, winter, spring, lady. You're my silver lining. You're my sky blue. There's a love light shining just because of you. Because of you, I sing. Of the I sing, lady. You got that certain thing, lady. Shining star and inspiration, worthy of a mighty nation. Of the I sing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Mulligan. Ladies and gentlemen, Buddy DeFranco.
You're my silver lining. You're my sky
Premium light, clean, fresh, and 1/3 less calories than ordinary wine coolers. Texaco, high-octane super unleaded with detergent to help clean out clogged fuel injectors. And Wrangler, a legend in jeans made in the USA.
Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son.
Willie and Wrangler, a legend in jeans.
I'll be gone 100 miles.
Made in the USA.
Last year, the man from Eagle Snacks came to taste my famous Hawaiian potato chips. So I cooked some in the kettle. Makes a crunchier chip. He wanted to bring the recipe to the mainland. I said, easier than bringing the mainland here. Now he sends me his Eagle Snacks Hawaiian kettle potato chips. He says there are mild sensations. Imagine me, a sensation.
Nothing tastes like an Eagle snack.
A sports update brought to you by Hefty Bags. Now from ABC News in New York, Jack Whitaker.
Good evening. The 100 men's final at Wimbledon will be remembered as Boris Becker's second. Becker defended his title with a powerful serve and volley game and his now familiar flair, disposing of Yvonne Lendl, the tournament's top seed, in straight sets. Mac O'Grady, appealing a suspension by the PGA Tour, won his first pro tournament, beating Roger Morphy on the first playoff hole. Now this.
The cinch sack from Hefty. Fill it up, and it closes up. Reopen it, and put in more. Try that with a wimpy bag.
Hefty, Hefty, Hefty.
The amazing cinch sack.
Bob Horner smacked 4 home runs today, tying a Major League record, but his Braves lost to Montreal 11-8. And Tom Seaver won his second game for Boston as the Red Sox stretched their division lead to 8 games. More later on the ABC News Weekend Report.
Come on, Harry, we're late.
My boss is going to call. I've got to wait.
But we just got call forwarding from Southwestern Bell Telephone.
Call forwarding? I better wait.
Look, I program our phone so when your boss calls here, it rings with the Johnsons. Or we could have programmed it to ring at the Wilsons or even your mother's.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chudball. Well, I've been waiting right here for your call.
With call forwarding, you're never out of touch.
At Fantastic Sam's, we want you to have a fantastic experience. So we're sticklers on personal attention and a warm, friendly atmosphere, like family. Our professional stylists and full range of services are state-of-the-art, but nothing is more important than your satisfaction, so we guarantee it.
Now, $24.95 for a high-quality Helene Curtis perm, including shampoo, cut, and style. Only $24.95. Hurry, offer ends soon.
For a fantastic experience, come to Fantastic Sam's and join the family.
Put your best foot forward in the fashion scene. You can be the fantasy that he always
closing ceremonies of Liberty Weekend continues.
Street corners of Philly to the housing projects of Detroit. From the beaches of Santa Monica to the recording studios of Memphis, the spark was ignited that spread like wildfire to all parts of the world. And they call it rock and roll.
Trouble, you came to the right place. If you're looking for trouble, just look at my face. I was born standing up and talking back. My daddy was a free because I'm evil. My middle name is Mystery. Hitchhiked all the way down to Memphis, started picking out some of them all-night bars, hoping I could make myself $1 making music on my guitar. Well, I thought my picking would set them on fire, but nobody wanted to hire a guitar man. Well, since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. Well, it's down at the end of Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel. Well, I'll be so lonely, baby. I'll be so lonely, baby. I'll be so lonely I could die.
gentlemen, in our salute to the 50s, Fabian, Frankie Avalon, Bobby Rydell, the Golden Boys of Bandstand.
O'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're on rock. Around the clock tonight, folks. The glad rags all in. Join me on the break. The clock strikes 4. We're gonna hang some fun. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Rock, rock, rock. We're all night. Gonna rock around the clock tonight.
My dreams real, my baby, you do. You're out of sight. Don't be riding anybody else. Just give me some of that rock and roll. Just take those old records off the shelf. Don't wanna listen to them by myself. Those kind of records ain't got no soul. I need some good old rock and roll. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Like that old rock and
An investment firm is only as impressive as it is responsive. It's a go. So when interest rates fell, we looked for new ways for our clients to make money and developed global opportunities like the First Australia Fund, a first of its kind and a way to take advantage of changing markets. While others may imitate it, we're busy surpassing it. If anyone can show you bold new thinking in the business of making money, close it. It's Prudential Beige, rock solid, market-wise.
If you think I look good in this Van Heusen, you should see Jeffrey. After all, it's his shirt.
I bought this shirt for Michael.
I think he's going to have a tough time getting it back.
My daddy said this is a very special birthday. So I put on this very special shirt.
Van Heusen, for a man to wear and a woman to borrow.
It looks like it's going to be a great day for flying, Grandpa.
Is that you, Mommy?
That's a wrap.
How I miss these roads that lead back home. Though it's just a few short miles, my baby smile just around the bend. We had spent far too much time apart. Tonight, let's stay right where we are, not stray too far from a familiar friend. You love me, now I know. Being here is being alone. We belong together.
bayou country of Louisiana, through the hill country of Texas, to the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, and from there to all parts of the world, they call it country. From New Jersey and the surrounding area, let's have a down-home welcome for our volunteer dancers, the Liberty Squares.
Well, howdy, folks, and here we go. Everybody ready for a do-si-do. Butchers, bakers, secretaries, too. Housewives, lawyers, whoop-de-doo. Waiters, patrons, chairman of the board. Plumbers, truckers, lordy lord. Engineer, doctor, CPA. Liberty Square Dance. Hey, hey, bow to the partners, corners, twos, sides, base, grand square. Reverse. Star promenade, Ladies move in and the gents move out. Turn those 2 stars round about. Ladies move out and the gents move in. Star Promenader home. Head ladies sent her for a teacup chain. Mama don't allow no fiddle playing around here. Mama don't allow no bands playing around here. Oh, I don't care what Mama don't allow. Gonna dance my square dance anyhow. Mama don't allow square dancing here. Roll away with the high side swing. Oh, ladies in ladies side swing. Roll away with the high side swing. Ladies in ladies side swing. All around your left hand lady. Oh boy, she's some lady. Seesaw, great little twirl, prettiest gal I ever did saw. Swing partner, square two, head square two, 4 hands around you go. Everybody make a right hand star, you know. Head to the center with a left hand star. Right one, two, turn that girl. Swing two and then go double. You swing on the corner, girl, and promenade. Girl, roll back. Liberty Square Dance, hey, hey!
Ladies and gentlemen, Waylon Jennings.
Down through history, if you like, it's a mystery, but I guess they don't know just what they're talking about. From the mountains down to the sea, you've become such a habit with me. America, America. Well, I come from down round Tennessee, but the people in California are nice to me. America. It don't matter where I may roam, tell you people that it's home sweet home. America, America. And my brothers are all black and white, yellow too. And the red man is right to expect a little from you. A promise and then follow through. America. All the men who fell on the plains and who lived through hardship and pain. America, America. And the men who could not fight in a war that didn't seem right, you let them come home. America. come from, down round Tennessee. But the people in California are nice to me. America. It don't matter where I may roam, tell you people that it's home, sweet home. America, America. America, America. You know it's home, sweet home, America.
Here's how the men and women of Texaco feel about our flag and freedom.
Stand up for the flag of America, wherever you may be. Respect it and protect it, for it shall keep you free. Free to do what you want to do and say what you want to say. Free to go where you want to go and pray the way you want to pray. Stand up for the flag of America, for all the world to see. Stand up for the flag, that star-spangled flag that stands for you and me.
This tribute expresses the pride all of us at Texaco have in our country.
When something delivers what you need day after day, it becomes a trusted part of your life. That goes for products like this Proctor Silex toaster, as well as for the store that sells them. Maybe that's why more people shop at Kmart than any other store, because we deliver what we promise. Good things at good prices.
America's favorite store.
Kmart, the saving place. Here comes great taste. Lipton decaffeinated iced tea. Delicious.
Ooh, Lipton tea, you made decaffeinated just for us.
Lipton decaffeinated tea. Any way you like it.
Presenting Lipton Rice and Sauce Italiano from the side dish collection called Rice and Sauce with Vegetables. Lipton Rice and Sauce Italiano with that delicately seasoned taste. ABC's coverage of the closing ceremonies will continue.
Tonight at 10 on News 7 Sports, we'll wrap up the International Game Soccer Tournament, plus talk about some incredible achievements in the sports world today.
Comedian Billy Crystal visits Good Morning America tomorrow morning at 7 on Channel 7.
Excuse me, sir. What's that you're eating?
53 Packard.
You don't like Japanese food.
Tell you a secret, though. Little good will bear me out of this. The crankshaft alone took them 6 bottles of this Old Smokehouse Steak Sauce Plus.
That spicy sweet taste will help anything go down.
Right. I use it as a dip. Same room for the door. Same room for the door.
Don't run out of them plugs. I'm partial to plugs.
Old Smokehouse Steak Sauce Plus. It makes anything taste better.
Pardonnez-moi.
Old Smokehouse Steak Sauce Plus.
Sunday's the day to lie around with a Sunday paper and eat 49-cent tacos from Taco Bell. Sunday's the day to catch a few rays and eat 49-cent tacos from Taco Bell. Sunday's the day to plant a petunia and eat 49-cent tacos from Taco Bell. Sunday's the day to do absolutely nothing but eat 49-cent tacos from Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, it's just made for you.
Chevy's Cavalier is the best-selling car in America. And at Rudolph, you can buy an 86 Cavalier equipped with air conditioning, automatic, power steering, cloth bucket seats, AM/FM stereo cassette, and a whole lot more for just $189 down and $189 a month. Take your pick from a great selection at this price. A Cavalier with air, stereo cassette, and lots more for just $189 a month. Only at Rudolph Chevrolet, next to the Sun Bowl.
Ladies and gentlemen, Liberty Weekend is proud to present tonight's Flashlight Spectacular. The Flashlight Show is provided by Ever-Ready Energizer Incorporated, makers of Ever-Ready and supercharged Energizer batteries and lighting products. Please place the special lens on your flashlight. Point it straight ahead. And when I count to 3, turn it on. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. You were all terrific. Now, on the count of 3, please turn your flashlights off together. 1, 2, 3. From revival tents to church halls, and from there to all parts of the world, they call it gospel.
Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. My soul is a witness. Yes, it is. Oh, yes. For someone needs to see that God has blessed us with liberty. You know my soul is a witness. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. You know my life is a testimony. My soul is the witness. 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 Oh, yes it is. My soul is the witness.
Dodge Daytona Turbo Z. It'll be an
Get real American values with up to $1,000 back on most 86 American-made Dodge cars.
You got that confidence. You got that style. You got that winning look. And oh, with a smile, and look how good you look now.
Only Avon can bring all the hot colors that are right for you right to you. So no wonder you look the way you look.
You took the world out, you and Avon, and look how good you look now. Look how good you look now.
Treasure liberty the American way with United States Liberty coins.
Computers? Who's got time to figure out how to use them?
That's how the owners of a clothing store, father and son, felt about personal computers until they got one. And the catering business until they got one. We're IBM, and we've seen some very skeptical people become very enthusiastic. And that makes us proud, because we have more computers helping more small businesses than anybody. IBM personal computers. Small business is getting big on them.
Well, the producers of these closing ceremonies promised there'd be something for everybody, and they promised they would be glitzy, and they are. The show is picking up. Before we go back to East Rutherford, New Jersey, let's take just another look at the inspiration for this whole weekend. It's a little after 10 o'clock here in the East, and there she is standing in now a virtually empty harbor. But it's worth remembering that a little more than 40% of Americans now claim someone in their family before them came to this country and passed beneath her torch. This weekend, remember, renew, and rejoice. Let's go back to East Rutherford, New Jersey, the closing ceremonies and the rejoicing.
Gentlemen, Shirley MacLaine.
Hooray for Hollywood. Dynamic, panoramic Hollywood. That fabled cavalcade where grand production caused mass seduction. Spangled sequins and stars. From Busby Berkeley to Bobby Fosse, their constellation blazes from here to Mars. Hooray for Hollywood! That richly frosted, glitzy Hollywood. Some say Miss Tinseltown is old and jaded, her glory faded, but she's just misunderstood.
just got an invitation through Your present question this evening is formal. Top hat, white tie, tail. Nothing now could take the wind out of my sails. Cause I'm invited out this evening. Top hat, white tie, and tail. Oh, I'm putting on the top hat, tying up my white tie, brushing off my tails. I'm duding up the shirt front, putting in the shirt stud, polishing my nails.
Musicians, technicians, and electricians on the job. The agents, the cronies, the yes men, the ponies who all job. With the actresses and actors who depend on Max factors to help them when they're feeling down. The terribly funny, awfully witty sayings of the town. Don't call us, we'll call you. Let's do lunch someday. Glad to see ya. Sorry can't use ya. Let's make a meeting anyway. Oh well, that's all good. Ready for maybe waving the flag that began with a Mr. Cohen. Hip, hip, hooray. The American way. That's entertainment. The lights on the lady in tights or the dance. That's a dream of romance or the dame who is known as the flame. That's entertainment. Hooray for Hollywood. Dynamic, panoramic Hollywood. That Mabel's cavalcade with grand production, cosmetic production, spangled sequins and stars. From Busby, Berkeley, Bobby, Flossie, their constellation blazes from here to Mars. Hooray for Hollywood. That ritzy, flossy, kissy Hollywood. Some say Miss Tinseltown is old and jaded, her glory faded, but she's just misunderstood. The only town I know that sets the whole world aglow. Hooray for, hooray for, hooray
It's a jungle. That's how it feels when you're searching for life insurance. The natives don't speak your language. You feel lost, in the dark, scared. But there is a sign of civilization. With Prudential, your agent will explain things clearly and work with you until you have a piece of the rock you feel comfortable with. No wonder more people choose Prudential for life insurance than any other company. You'll feel right by the rock. Prudential Life Insurance.
You got that confidence, you got that style. You got that winning look, and oh, with a smile, and look at the you now. You ain't able now, you're stepping out, look how good you look now. You took the world on, you ain't able, and look how good you look now. Look how good you look now. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
When David's not around, nothing takes his place. But wearing his Van Heusen sure helps. Peter said I could have anything I wanted. So I took his Van Heusen shirt right off his back.
I love my puppy, my goldfish, and my daddy's shirt.
Van Heusen, for a man to wear and a woman to borrow.
ABC's live coverage of the closing ceremonies will continue in a moment. An ABC News Brief brought to you by Arid Solid. Now from New York, Peter Jennings.
Good evening. It's been a glorious and action-packed 4th of July all across the country, but there is news elsewhere in the world. This is the 40th anniversary of Filipino independence from the United States, and on this day, there's been another example of the power struggle going on there. Supporters of former President Marcos have taken control of a small section of Manila, President Aquino is out of town. She says when she comes back tomorrow, she'll deal with the people who are protesting. I'll be back in just a moment.
Sometimes I think, Brooke, would you like him to get a little closer? And then I think, yeah, I'd like him to get a little closer. That's when I'm glad I've got Arid Extra Dry Solid. Arid fights wetness ordinary deodorant sticks can't.
The closing ceremonies in East Rutherford, New Jersey on this Liberty Weekend will continue in just a minute. I'm Peter Jennings in New York, and that's News Brief.
Somebody have any change? Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
Win your dream home. Enter the Pepsi Dream Stakes today.
Kentucky Fried Chicken's got a real hot deal right now.
Right now, just $8.99 gets you 15 pieces of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Hot deal makes fingers looking good in the summertime.
A 15-piece bucket, just $8.99.
15 pieces of chicken done right. 15 pieces at a hot deal price.
Just $8.99 right now.
Hot deal, Kentucky Fried Chicken. We do chicken right.
And now the closing ceremonies of Liberty Weekend continues.
From the pounding of the percussion to the tingle of technology, from the swirl of the synthesizer to the lens of the laser, and from there to all parts of the world, they call it contemporary.
Last year, Dodge made a very dramatic announcement. In a very dramatic way. We announced that every truck we build, every full-size pickup, van, wagon, and Ram Charger comes with our 5-year or 50,000-mile protection plan. And back then, we challenged Ford and Chevy to match that coverage. But you know what? Ford and Chevy still fall short.
Now, get up to $750 cash back on all new Dodge Ram Chargers and full-size Dodge pickups, vans, and wagons.
Hey, Joe, where are the onions for my burger?
It's got onions. They're inside.
Inside?
We made it with Lipton onion soup mix.
Let Lipton's special seasonings and toasted onion pieces turn your burger into a great burger. Soup up your burgers with Lipton.
Lipton just with the taste of fruit and tea. Let it pour, lemon curry, lemon lime, and raspberry. Let it pour, new Lipton fruit tea.
When the sun is out, let it pour.
You know, learning to read is tough. I learned back when I was 6, well, maybe 7. But these kids are already reading in kindergarten. It's because of this really neat learning program called Writing to Read. It's from IBM. Now, it takes words a kid can say, and they can say a lot, and teaches them how to write and read them.
Say, turtle.
Turtle.
Type, turtle.
The computer helps them. It's fun.
Can a fish ride in a wagon?
Nah. More than 20,000 kids were part of the pilot program, and some can even write their own stories.
Dad cooks macaroni. I like it too. I kissed my cat before I went to school.
Gee, I wish I had this when I was a kid.
As a group, children in Writing to Read did significantly better on national reading tests. The 2-year pilot program of Writing to Read was supported and funded by IBM.
In this town, you are what you drive, so I drive a funny car to make a serious point. Look, 2 different gasolines. On regular unleaded, engine knocks out my power. But on Texaco Super Unleaded, I get performance fast. Its higher octane helps knock out the knocks. And to help keep the power flowing, the detergent in its Petrox additive helps clean clogged fuel injectors and keeps them clean. Texaco Super Unleaded with Petrox detergent. Superstar power for more car power.
From Schubert Alley to the Great White Way, and from there to all parts of the world, they call it Broadway.
vagabond shoes are longing to stray and step around the heart of it, New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep, to find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. My little town, I'm melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it, I'd make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, I want to wake up in the city that doesn't sleep, to find I'm king of the hill, head of the list, cream of the crop at the top of the heap.
wine coolers are premium light, clean, fresh, and a third less calories than ordinary coolers. Now, don't you feel great? No.
You do me right.
Don Meredith and weatherman Willard Scott enjoy Lipton Sun Tea.
It's the tastiest tea I know. Just take Lipton's tea bag. Cold water. All you add is sun, which I personally guarantee.
Welcome to the sun-kissed fun farm, where fun fruits grow on trees. They're made with real fruit, and they're real fun to eat. Sun-kissed fun fruits. Every chewy one is real fruity fun.
When they first came here, they had a dream. And the Prudential ensured that dream when no one else would. So their children and their children's children could share in it too. Today, the world has changed. Now the Prudential offers more financial services so your children can share that dream too. The Prudential salutes the statue on her 100th birthday.
Honey, I'll only be a minute. I just need to pick up this one thing.
Kmart, where more people shop
Turn it down, Mac.
and shop and shop than anywhere else.
So what happened to the one thing?
It's in there.
America's favorite store.
Kmart, the saving place.
Medical news from Nuprin.
Moments ago, a medical study reported the best news for tough headaches in over 10 years. Beyond regular-strength aspirin, beyond extra-strength Tylenol, there's a higher level of pain-relieving strength, Nuprin strength. 2 little Nuprin are stronger than extra-strength Tylenol, so Nuprin stops headaches better. And remember, Nuprin is gentler to your stomach than aspirin. For strength beyond extra-strength Tylenol, Nuprin strength.
The closing ceremonies of Liberty Weekend will continue.
This Eskimo is about to demonstrate just how hot our Whataburger really is. It's served up right off the grill. At Whataburger, all the food comes piping hot. Even the buns are hot and toasted. If a burger's gonna taste great, it's gotta be hot. Nobody can appreciate that more than this fella. Give it a try.
Ah, food very hot.
It's the great big taste you're hungry for.
Allegations of voter fraud in the Mexican election. The story tonight on News 7 at 10.
Gary Coleman of Different Strokes visits our magazine tomorrow morning at 9 on Channel 7.
For a quarter of a century, Surety has helped El Paso grow, and El Paso's helped Surety grow. Surety Savings, owned by El Pasoans, for El Pasoans.
Now live from Giant Stadium in New Jersey, more of the closing ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of the United States, the Honorable George Bush.
Well, it's been quite a weekend. We've said happy birthday to America and happy birthday to the Statue of Liberty. And we've remembered the vision that since 1776 has drawn millions to our blessed land. And many of those millions have passed Miss Liberty on their way to a new life. And often they've had little more than what they carried in their hearts, their love of family and of the values America stood for. They came and still come because America is the sweet land of liberty and is the last best hope of man on earth. A great American poet wrote, "To every man his chance, to every man regardless of his birth, his shining golden opportunity. This is the promise of America." Tonight, let us renew our devotion to the vision of America's future that the Statue of Liberty stands for. Thank you very, very much.
Tyson and Charlton Heston.
America to me? Sound. The brass band on the 4th of July, the happy squeal of a kid in a swing, lifting to the sky. School bells sounding the start of summer vacation. The cough of the carburetor when you turn the key in your first car. Or a single bugle blowing taps for a fallen leader.
America to me. An elderly couple walking hand in hand on a soft summer day. A man walking on the moon. Lovers walking under the moon. A young man on stage doing the moonwalk. A soldier marching off to war with a rifle strapped to his back. A woman marching for peace with a child strapped to her back.
What is America to me? It's the smoky smell of ribs roasting in an outdoor barbecue, or the smell of a spruce tree just before Christmas, or cherry blossoms in the Capitol, fresh-cut grass in a baseball field, or buttered popcorn in a movie house.
America to me. America is taste. It's lemonade at a family picnic. Chili dogs, Italian ice cream, and French fries. Wine in a long-stemmed glass. Hush puppies, grits and greens, and black-eyed peas and rice.
What is America to me? America's touch, the silky feel of a baby's skin, a hug and a handshake, or a high five, the feel of a lucky $50 or a good old dog.
What is America to me? America is a sensational series of sensations, and perhaps the best ones of all are the ones we cannot our hearts, like the feeling we get looking up at the Statue of Liberty in all its newfound splendor. Yes,
Yes, it feels
good to be American.
is your land, this land is my land. We're not quite done yet, but as the party continues at the Meadowlands, we're going to roll the credits now of the people who staged the show you saw tonight. Come, stay with us. The party at the Meadowlands continues. This evening and this Liberty Weekend is not quite over yet. We'll have more for you as this party in the Meadowlands, this great 4th of July party that really picked up steam throughout the evening continues. Kind of celebration that perhaps the Founding Fathers never imagined they'd see, or we'd ever do, but the kind of celebration they certainly encouraged. The great Liberty Weekend celebration at the Meadowlands, and we hope you've enjoyed it. We've been thinking over this weekend that you'd heard an awful lot of people sing who were famous, who you see and hear almost every day and certainly every week of the year. You've heard the Star-Spangled Banner sung by all sorts of famous people. Somebody in this shop heard a woman sing the Star-Spangled Banner not too long ago. She comes from Anderson, Indiana. We thought you'd like to hear it too. Her name is Sandy Patty.
After me, I hereby declare on oath that I renounce all allegiance
Yeah.
celebration begin.
Method. The English in those days that they should not come into the harbor. When they finally did to fight, George Washington managed to escape up the East River and across to New Jersey. And now as they go into the Hudson River, again, the Ark Royal, the British aircraft carrier, firing salutes to the tall ships as they leave the harbor and enter the Hudson River. Exactly how you're supposed to spend the 4th if you're so inclined. That's on the tall ship Denmark. They had a rigorous night last night because of the very windy weather down in the lower bay and outside the harbor. So why not have a nap today?